What is the Mandela effect? There are more than 14 hadron particle acceleration colliders across the globe in use or being built today. These smash particles and record these patterns on a quantum computer. That is some type of fancy super duper computer that has nothing whatsoever to do with the computers that we have in our home. This is combined with 150 years of multiple agreement between human elites and demonic space aliens. These trade agreements define experimental subjects for hidden knowledges such as modern technologies and psychological or pharmacia warfare methods. The end goal is to dissolve the biblical veil between our human space-time and what lies beyond the fourth dimension. They're trying to merge dimensions. The history of ME. There is no known way to track when it started or when changes occur. People wake up at random when something personal hits home for them. We tend to explain away or justify much in our lives. That's pretty much what humans do. We blow it off. We explain it away and blow it off. Some people have memories of the death and funeral of Nelson Mandela, and how it impacted the African apartheid. This point of origin is reinforced by a man holding the sign behind the desk at CERN in their celebration videos. If you have spent much time on YouTube, there's a video that has been chopped up and recycled quite a bit. It's not that hard to find. There's a guy holding a sign. Most of the word Mandela is visible enough that everybody knows and everybody understands, and now everybody's putting the pieces together. Anyway, there is a growing list of famous individuals whose names have been changed or who have died and came back to life. Some have came back to life and have since died. Some people are still registered as being alive today, even though a lot of people know otherwise. Geography has changed multiple times. I know for me, when I first looked at the globe a few months back, and it changed once, and I know that it has changed at least one more time here recently. Beyond that, who knows? But that's twice that I know of. Continents shift, ocean edges are altered, all the towns and the people are still there but relocated without notice. Nobody's noticed. A lot of people have noticed, but a lot more have not. How you can live someplace and not realize, gee whiz, that we're still trying to understand a lot of this. But anyway, mountain ranges, ground descriptions, national parks, planetary locations are changing. Famous paintings, monuments, buildings, movies, music, products, logos, historic facts are changing. Our physical bodies have changed at least once. That might be the same as geography, who knows how many times. Our ribs, seriously? Excuse me a second. Okay, anyway, nothing like spilled milk that the dog's trying to drink. Where was I? Oh, historic facts are changing. Our bodies have changed. Our ribs, organs, spine, skull and brain have changed. One idea is that these new bodies are better suited for a physical battle. Um, you know, Gog and Magog, maybe, hint, hint. Anyway, for those who have hidden God's word in their minds and in their hearts, this last major category is both a blessing and a curse. Bible verses are being changed. It has been only the King James version, but now it's spreading like a bad virus into other translations. And the speed is increasing. People are noticing to the point that there was a website that I was going to try and list here that was keeping up with them, but apparently it crashed. So I have nowhere to refer you to on that as far as who's keeping track of the whole list of the verses that have been impacted or infected, or but it does seem like it's increasing or whatever. And the main controversies are reactions to the Mandela effect. I apologize, but I could not find the name of the woman who is registered as the first person who kind of started this, noticing that something was different. The reason why it's called the Nelson Mandela effect is because she started speaking out and saying, hey, I remember him dying in the 80s while he was still in prison, got the whole apartheid thing, um, you know, it impacted them to the point that it got that going in the 80s. But he is recorded as living through that experience and becoming the president, yada yada, died in like 2013. The reason why this is a controversy is because whatever her name was, she was some kind of a spiritist or mystic or new age or whatever. And so the whole effect is some kind of a form of demonic witchcraft. Could be. I mean, that's illogical. At this point, who knows? But it's kind of irrelevant. It isn't just that one woman at this point. We're talking about thousands. I don't know if it's to the point of millions yet. She might have got it started, but it's impacting pretty much everybody at this point. The best approach, based on this first response, is to stick your head in the sand and to go back to sleep until the whole thing blows over. Otherwise, you will confuse people, distract them from receiving health insurance, and no one needs another hocus pocus conspiracy type. This is not real, or this is real, but needs to be ignored until it just goes away. Number 2. This is a type of mental disorder called confabulation. Speaking out, free speech, as we've noticed here lately, freedom of conscience could fit in here as well. May result in medication or other forms of therapy or forms of re-education could fit in there. You're kind of talking some serious life-changing things there. Number 3, this is not a simple separation of the sheep from the goats. It would be nice if it was. It's not that. People of noble and ignoble uses stand on both sides. Each side is pointing fingers across the aisle to those others who are under mass delusion. Okay, we all know that that's kind of a scriptural basis there. We know that um, there is a liar and a deceiver, and so it is pretty easy and pretty common to say, I know I'm in my right mind, therefore you must be delusional, right? Being very divisive right now, and um, that's pretty much what people want, right? No unity, just division. Like we don't have enough of that right now. Number 4. This is a series of multiple slides from one plane of existence into another parallel universe. There are people who have some old memories and some new memories which support this idea. So, you have 100 people, and then they jump into a new universe, and you pick up another 100 people in this parallel universe. So then you jump for the second time. The second group would be jumping for their first time. So you're in a universe where you've got 3 sets of memories, right? Um, some have always known it to be in their universe, and then 100 people from in the middle, right? And you keep multiplying that. So that's why you get different answers and different memories in this theory or approach to what's going on. This view may or may not include, I think you've had enough, a preventive strike or an aftermath effect of Planet X landing or World War III, some type of a crisis. This new life, the one that we're in right now, is some kind of a benevolent act by space aliens. I would consider these space aliens demons, but that's my interpretation and understanding, right? They're just so sweet and so kind and so thoughtful to save the human race, who may or may not be their former selves, right? If there are evolved selves, they're just a million years further ahead than what we are, whatever. They want to help us evolve properly through transhumanism, artificial intelligence, maybe whatever. And number 5, these are increasing signs of the end times. This would be your Judeo-Christian worldview. More end of understandings. As everything reverts back to the days of Noah, before the flood and the ice ages. And I find it rather ironic that the Noah's Ark Museum in Kentucky is opening the same summer that more and more people, like myself, are waking up to all this. Okay, further resources. Like I said, there was a website that crashed, so if it resurfaces, anybody finds out what that is, go ahead and list it below. The best scientific video I found is a channel HAMEHSARET. Some kind of abbreviation or something, I don't know. But that's the name of the channel. The name of the video is CERN's Dangers Exposed, CERN Effect Explained. I thought it was simple enough that a non-scientist mind could kind of get the general gist. I liked it a lot. My wake up video that I did probably about 6 weeks after, because the first when you first experience this for yourself, it is extremely overwhelming. Really knocks you on your butt side, bad side, whatever. And anyway, um, sometimes people get really sick. So it's really overwhelming. It's a very emotional experience. So after I got through the first initial, and I was starting to um, get a clearer perspective, I made a video on my channel, which would be Marjorie Meyer, and the name of that would be My Take on the Mandela Effect. And there is a person who has some kind of contact with somebody who has a written King James Version translation. They've got placed on their heart to write it, the whole Bible by hand as kind of like their personal project or calling or whatever. During the past like 15, 20 years, they've written all the way through it 3 or 4 times. So they're trying to um, have some kind of project so that it can be in written form, because obviously these changes in the Bible verses are going to continue. They're getting set up for the one world religion, all roads except, the right one is, will get you to a good afterlife, will get you to the universal God, universal practices, you know, all that kind of thing. So, if you're interested in that, her channel is Wendy Mitchell. Okay, thank you.